So that's the only thing going on in your mind. So you're figuring you just need a little bit of information, and you're going to get in your car and take Mr. Brawley to the detention center.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How much time lapsed before you noticed something that was wrong?
I know it was less than a minute. I'd have to guess 30, 40 seconds, somewhere in there.
What did you see?
Well, I was looking back at the vehicle occasionally, and I remember looking back, and that whole opening, all I could see was tan, the color of the Carhartt material he was wearing. And I knew at that point something was wrong, so I ran to my car.
What did you notice as you ran up to your car?
When I initially looked, I hate to call it a blob, but it was a big tan blob, was completely filling that window. As I got closer, you could tell it was a person, and they had rolled from the opening and were getting into the driver's area.
Okay. And what was going through your mind in that moment when you noticed it was Mr. Brawley getting into the driver's vehicle?
My sole goal was to get to the vehicle and stop it.
And in that moment, how were you going to stop it in that moment?
I was going to attempt to get to the vehicle and gain access to and/or open the door to stop it. I mean, grab the keys, pull them out, whatever I could do.
And what happened?
I made it about to the area where the side view mirror is, and on the police cars there's that big spotlight. And at that point, he was able to get into gear and start going backwards. And he did what I call a reverse J-hook, where you turn the wheel all the way to the right, and you step on the gas, and it goes backwards, and the front end spins around. At that point, I went rolling over the hood of the car and ended up on the ground and slid for a ways, and he continued backwards till the rear of the vehicle struck a tree.
Now what's going through your mind?
Where I remember, right as I came to a sliding stop, I had my hand out and I looked up, and he was still going backwards, and I thought, it just felt like the car was pointed right at me. You could hear the engine. He had the foot to the floor and the tires are spinning and the engine's just howling. And I look up, and like I say, I could just see the grill, and I could see him, and I knew the only thing in my mind at that exact moment was I had to get off the ground. That really, really bad things are going to happen, and that if I don't get off the ground, I'm probably going to die.
In those seconds, and we've all seen the video, did that thought ever cross your mind in choosing to engage Mr. Brawley in that patrol vehicle?
The fact that the rifle and the shotgun were up front were in my mind, knowing that he had access to two weapons in addition to the vehicle being a weapon, and the fact that he's got our radio would make it even more difficult trying to stop him once he left the immediate area.
So part of your intent to engage then was not only the weapons that he now potentially had access to or had access to, but also to engage to try to control him in that area.
Correct.
Officer Punt, this has previously been introduced as State's Exhibit 97. It is a Glock Model 22, and it is secured, but I'm going to hand it to you. Was that your firearm on January 6, 2013?
Yes, it was.
Was that the firearm you used as a tool to engage Mr. Brawley in the patrol vehicle that day?
Yes, it was.
Officer Punt, I asked you earlier about what was going on in your mind, but in that moment of choosing to engage, did you feel you had any other choice other than the one that you chose to take that day?
No, I did not.
Was it your intent prior to Mr. Brawley gaining control of the patrol vehicle for you to safely take him to the detention facility?
Yes, it was.
Was it your intent, once that situation with Mr. Brawley was resolved with the SWAT team deployment and your participation in that, to have this day end peacefully and you end your shift and go home?
Yes, sir.